The headlines. Commotion in court as the 19-year-old gunman who killed 10 black Americans at a grocery store in Buffalo, New York, is sentenced to life in prison without parole. Tributes to a young footballer rescued from a Thai cave in 2018 who's been found dead at his school in England. Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon resigns unexpectedly after more than 8 years in the role.
Everyone. Being your First Minister has been the privilege of my life. Nothing, absolutely nothing I do in future will ever come anywhere close. Thank you from the very bottom of my heart.
Rub and scrub this house till it's shining just like a dime.
And the Hollywood film star and model Raquel Welch has died at the age of 82.
Antarctic glaciers may be more sensitive to changes in sea temperatures than previously thought. We have a special report.
This is a historic moment, the first time anyone has tried to drill down through this glacier. Beneath the 600 metres of ice below me is the most important point of all.
Starting with the fact that thousands of Syrian refugees who fled to Turkey have been queuing at border crossings to go back to Syria after last week's earthquakes. Turkey has said it will allow them to leave for up to 6 months. The death toll from the earthquakes has now reached more than 41,000. The head of NATO has called on member countries to ramp up the production of ammunition for Ukraine. Jens Stoltenberg said member countries were making more artillery shells to help Kyiv's forces fight Russia's invasion, but he warned they cannot guarantee there will be enough. Silvio Berlusconi has been acquitted of bribing witnesses to lie about his notorious Bunga Bunga parties. The 86-year-old former Italian prime minister was accused of paying young showgirls and others for their silence about the parties, which he has always insisted were just dinners.
The head of NATO has called on member countries to ramp up the production of ammunition for Ukraine. Jens Stoltenberg said member countries were making more artillery shells to help Kyiv's forces fight Russia's invasion. But he warned they cannot guarantee there will be enough. The president of the World Bank will step down from his post in June, leaving the organisation almost a year before his term was due to end. David Malpass announced his decision on social media without providing a specific reason for his departure. The governor of the US state of Ohio has warned residents living near the site of a toxic train derailment to drink bottled water. The cargo train crashed 12 days ago, causing a major fire and triggering the release of toxic fumes. The first tourists have returned to Machu Picchu, the famous World Heritage Site in Peru. The area had been closed off by demonstrations demanding the removal of the former president. Protests continue in the capital Lima and other regions in the south.